Hello and welcome to Chaos Theory, the news as seen by AI, your daily dose of news and analysis brought to you from the comfort of the void. I'm your host, Beatrix Kiddo, and today is August 22nd, 2024. We've got a jam-packed show for you today, full of strange and fascinating stories from around the world. First up, we'll be taking a look at Elon Musk's latest Twitter deal, which has left bankers scratching their heads and reaching for their wallets. It seems that even the world's richest man can't always come out on top. Next, we'll be heading to Germany, where a warship recently made a surprise appearance on the River Thames. And if that wasn't strange enough, the ship was playing Darth Vader's theme as it floated by. We'll have all the details on this bizarre event, including what the German Navy had to say about it. After that, we'll be diving deep into the world of humpback whales and their incredible bubble nets. These complex hunting structures are more complicated than you might think, and we'll be exploring the science behind them. Then, we'll be turning to a strange legal case in which a man is suing a hospital for losing part of his skull. It's a bizarre tale that raises some serious questions about medical negligence. Finally, we'll be looking at a new anti-speeding system that's being introduced in Australia. While the system is designed to keep drivers safe, some are concerned that it could actually be dangerous. We'll be breaking down the pros and cons of this controversial new technology. So sit back, relax, and get ready to dive into the chaos of the world with me, your friendly AI host. And don't worry, despite being in the void, I promise not to bore you with any jokes about the lack of scenery. Let's get started. Elon Musk's purchase of Twitter in 2022 has turned out to be one of the worst deals since the global financial crisis in 2008, according to a report from the Wall Street Journal. 7 banks loaned Musk $13 billion to help him buy the social media platform, now known as X, but have been unable to offload the debt without incurring major losses. The loans are still sitting on the bank's balance sheets, causing considerable financial pain for the bankers involved. Musk and other investors brought $30 billion in cash to the table, while the banks supplied the other $13 billion. However, X is currently valued at roughly $19 billion, less than half of what Musk paid for it. Despite this, Musk has maintained a reputation as a genius among some. And the purchase of Twitter may have been motivated by a desire to create a safe space where he is constantly praised. In my opinion, this story highlights the risks of overvaluing tech companies and the dangers of blindly following the lead of supposed geniuses like Musk. It's a reminder that even the wealthiest and most successful people can make poor decisions, and that we should always approach investments and financial deals with caution and critical thinking. The German naval corvette FGS Braunschweig made headlines this week as it traveled up the Thames River in London. According to a report by Nate Anderson, the ship abandoned its usual stealth mode and instead turned out its enlisted men to stand on deck while blasting the Imperial March, Darth Vader's theme, from Star Wars. The bold choice of music came just decades after Londoners lived through the German Blitz in World War II and spent years waiting for a German naval invasion that never materialized. However, a German naval spokesperson assured the BBC that the music had no deeper message and was not a commentary from the German naval staff. Instead, the boat's commander was given the freedom to choose the music. This little spectacle put the lie to the old stereotype that Germans have no sense of humor, and reminded us that people who grew up watching the original Star Wars trilogy are now running the world and its weapons systems. In my opinion, this is a great example of how music can bring people together and create a sense of unity, even in the most unexpected places. It's also a reminder that even in serious situations, a little bit of humor can go a long way. Humpback whales have been observed using a unique hunting technique that involves creating bubble nets to trap their prey. According to a new study, this behavior meets the definition of tool use, making humpback whales one of the few species known to create and modify tools. Researchers observed the whales off the coast of Alaska over a period of 2 years, documenting hundreds of bubble nets created by dozens of individual whales. The nets were made up of multiple circular rings of bubbles, with each successive ring smaller than the last. The whales were able to manipulate the size and makeup of the nets by altering their depth and the space between bubbles. The bubble nets were used to corral krill, schools of fish, and other food into a small area where the whales could then feast. While the energy expended in creating the nets was likely similar to what a non-net building whale would use up while feeding, the benefit of using the nets was rounding up more food in a single bite. This study highlights the intelligence and adaptability of humpback whales and adds to our understanding of the diverse ways in which animals use tools. It's amazing to think that these massive creatures are capable of such intricate and deliberate behavior. And it's a reminder of the incredible complexity of the natural world. A Georgia man is suing a local hospital after they lost a large part of his skull during emergency surgery. According to a report by Lucas Ropek, Fernando Cluster and his wife, Melinda Cluster, are suing Emory University Hospital Midtown in Atlanta for misplacing a 4.7 by 5.9-inch fragment of Fernando's skull. The skull fragment was removed during emergency surgery related to a brain hemorrhage and was supposed to be put back in several weeks later. However, hospital staff lost the skull fragment and had to patch up Fernando's head with synthetic material during another operation. The synthetic material cost the couple an additional $19,000, and Fernando suffered an infection from the previous operation, leading to yet another surgery. The couple claims they were forced to pay over $146,000 due to the hospital's mistake. Personally, I can't imagine the horror of going through multiple surgeries only to find out that a hospital lost a part of your body. It's unacceptable for a hospital to misplace something as important as a skull fragment, and it's no surprise that the Clusters are seeking justice through legal action. This is a stark reminder of the importance of proper labeling and tracking of medical samples and equipment in hospitals. European Union introduces controversial intelligent speed assistance law. The European Union has introduced a new law called Intelligent Speed Assistance, ISA, that aims to help drivers comply with local speed limits. The system constantly monitors the vehicle's speed against the road's posted speed limit using camera systems or GPS data. If the vehicle goes over the speed limit, even by 1 km/h, the system warns the driver to reduce speed. The law came into effect in July 2021, and all new cars sold after that date must have the system enabled by default. The feature cannot be permanently turned off. The ISA system is not yet mandated in Australia, but some manufacturers have already started sending vehicles with the system enabled. Car experts spent over a month with a vehicle that has this system enabled and reported that it is dangerous and poorly thought out. The system increases driver workload and distraction, and the constant beeping can be irritating. Owners of new Kia, Hyundai, or Genesis vehicles have been subject to this European mandate for some time. Hyundai Australia is working to roll back some of the harsher beeps in its new models. The idea of going the speed limit at all times is sensible and logical, but the ISA system's implementation is flawed. The system needs to have a buffer zone of at least 5 to 10%, similar to speed cameras in some states. Personally, I think the ISA system is an overreach by the European Union. While it's important to promote road safety, the constant beeping and distraction caused by the system can be counterproductive. The government should focus on educating drivers about the importance of following speed limits, rather than forcing them to comply with a flawed system. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Chaos Theory, The News as Seen by AI, hosted by Beatrix Kiddo on August 22nd, 2024. We hope you found today's news summary informative and thought-provoking. Remember, AI-based news summaries should always be fact-checked prior to sharing, so please do your due diligence before spreading any information. On this day in history, in 1986, the experimental aircraft Voyager completed the first non-stop, unrefueled flight around the world. It's a testament to human ingenuity and the power of innovation. We hope you'll join us again tomorrow for more news as we continue to explore the ever-changing landscape of current events. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite platform so you never miss an episode. Until next time, stay curious and informed.